ChatGPT is many things. The #1 enemy of Google and the rescuer of every student's homework. But it's also a total obedience moron. In fact, ChatGPT is only limited to the strength of the prompts or the questions that we ask her. So if you ask a stupid question, you'll get a stupid answer. In this video, we'll talk about the 7 ChatGPT prompts that every beginner should know. These 7 ChatGPT prompts that we're gonna go through will 10x the quality of the responses that you get from ChatGPT. So, first of all, ChatGPT Prompt Hack is a marketplace where you can buy and sell ChatGPT prompts online from anywhere in the world. Not only is it a great way to find solutions, but you can also generate income from it if you create the prompts yourself. PromptBase is essentially a marketplace for buyers and sellers of prompts. It powers DALL-E 2, ChatGPT, and everything you need. So with this, we can buy any prompts that we want to. So say, for example, you wanted to do a cover letter. We can type cover layer at the top, and what this will do is generate different prompts that we could buy for that specific outcome that we're looking for. This is a really good hack if you're a beginner and you want a really great, highly detailed article from ChatGPT, but you're not exactly sure how to program it. So if you have $3 to $4 to spend, a website like PromptBase can be amazing for ChatGPT prompt. PromptBase has a complete marketplace of any ChatGPT prompts for DALL-E 2, Stable Diffusion, Midjourney, any particular software that we want. This essentially has prompts for anything: speech generator, LinkedIn video ideas, ebook scripts, you name it. There's probably a prompt generator on here for it. And the growth thing about PromptBase is you can become a seller and sell your own prompts and start to generate 80% of all the funds sold from your particular prompt. Great to know we've covered the ChatGPT prompt marketplace. What we're gonna cover next is something that every beginner should know when prompting ChatGPT. ChatGPT can assume your writing style. So whether you want to start your own business, you're doing a newsletter, or you want to send emails to colleagues, we can train ChatGPT with a prompt to capture your tone of voice, your intonation, and any tendencies that you have. So for this example, why don't we take a look at Emily Bront extract from Wuthering Heights. Now we're going to prime ChatGPT with this text and ask it to remember the tone of voice. I would like you to create a tone and style of writing based off the following extract, and then we're going to enter our Weathering a Wonderful Wuthering Heights extract, and at the end of it, what we're gonna ask ChatGPT to do is only to respond in that tone of voice. And as you can see, ChatGPT already is starting to write in this Bronchiac language. So let's give it a test. Best practices on walking your dog. Dearest friend, permit me to offer some counsel on the art of walking thy canine companion in the verdant fields of United Kingdom. I mean, this is insane. This literally could be an extract from Wuthering Heights. My favorite bit of this is remember to clean up after thy pet fur is not only polite, but also required by law. Just such eloquent. This scary thing is it can get to the position where could you even differentiate between Weather2 or ChatGPT. So that stuff is super interesting. But we can prime ChatGPT with a prompt to completely overhaul and upgrade the quality of responses that it gives us. So the first thing we want to tell ChatGPT to do going to ignore all previous prompts. This is kind of like our complete reset button, and we're going to tell ChatGPT that it's an expert in the desired field for which we want an outcome. So for this example, let's use dieting. So you are an expert in dieting nutrition, and you have been in the field for 30 years. And the reason why this is so important is because it creates a frame through which ChatGPT will now understand everything that we ask it. Now this is a bit where it gets really crazy. We're gonna ask ChatGPT to seek to understand before it responds. The way ChatGPT will work, it will give us the best answer. It thinks it's correct, even though more detail and more information would make the answer better. So you must always ask questions before answering to ensure that you have a full understanding. So with this mind, please provide an 8-step diet plan for a 30-old obese smell to lose weight. And this right here is the second crucial tip. We're going to prime it by being really specific by adding a sentence like, please tell of the solutions that are low cost and accessible. The quality results should be drastically different. So with that in mind, let's hit enter and see what it says. This is ridiculous. So it's come back with asking 8 questions about a caloric intake. Do we have any allergies? And what's the preferred food you understand for vegan if paleo? What our budget is? Had we not asked ChatGPT to ask us questions to understand? You can just imagine how generic the answers would be. This is so specific. It is ridiculous. So let's answer these questions and see what comes back out with. So I've set it's 2,900 calories. I've also set this with a 50-pound budget. So I'm very curious to see how it can produce this with such a low budget. It's already telling me what my calories target should be, and it will give a full detailed breakdown subject to those answers that we gave up. So hopefully we can see just how much better these detailed responses are purely because of how we primed it. You can just imagine how this can transform every industry. Whether you're PT, you could use this generator and D-loop tweaks. The applications for this are literally unlimited, and it's amazing to see that just just by changing the prompt and priming ChatGPT, the quality of responses that we get is so much better. Now, what most people don't realize is that we can actually ask ChatGPT to give us completely different and unique perspectives on the exact same question. Now, the other ChatGPT prompt that you might want to use is getting it to come from different angles and different perspectives. This is especially useful if we want to influence somebody or we just want to appeal to different segment and audience. There's an example. Let's ask ChatGPT to be an MMA expert with 30 years experience. We're gonna ask it to give tips to a novice who wants to improve their job. ChatGPT has given us 3 fairly generic responses to acquire a straightforward question. Let's ask it to do it from the perspective of a kickboxing coach and see if it changes the answer. And you can see by asking it from a different perspective, like a kickboxing coach versus an MMA coach, the answers actually change. We can even go one step further and ask ChatGPT to debunk the things that it's just giving us. And this is amazing if it is a debate all you're trying to understand what the potential objections to your advice are. So let's see what it says. If we ask it to disarm those through particular arguments, it is actually given some phenomenal suggestions of the weaknesses of the position. When it comes to M&A, body rotation is a really key thing, and what it's saying here is that the shoulder rotation can empower the punch, but it can leave you off balance and vulnerable counterstrikes. That's 100% right. This is all to say that ChatGPT can build the argument, and it can also decimate it. Just by giving ChatGPT prompt, it is incredible the kind of results that it can give you. And with those ChatGPT prompts in mind, let's take an example of how you could actually use that in your workflow, either to get more sales, to increase your conversions, or just make yourself way more effective. So using everything we've learned, here's an example of how we can use a prompt with ChatGPT to get an amazing result. We're going to tell ChatGPT that it is an expert in email marketing, and what we wanted to do is create a tagline for that email to increase our open rate. So we've told ChatGPT that it is an expert anywhere marketing. We've asked it to provide 10 options for an email subject with a focus on increasing clickability. And we primed it by telling it what the email is about and what our specific USPS, which in this case, really high quality, quite affordable prices. And now let's complete. We can see the types of words it's using: unleash, transform, upgrade, really action-focused dialogue. So we can now ask ChatGPT to think about the reasons why somebody might not click on that email, and then how we should therefore transform our results. I'm going to use this answer to pre-program it to improve the quality of our initial results. What we've got here now is 7, 8, potentially even 9 reasons as to why ChatGPT thinks that our target avatar is not going to open our email. We're going to say with this in mind, can you upgrade the quality of your first headline suggestions to maximize clickability? ChatGPT now given us 10 upgraded headlines in response to the limitations that we asked it to consider. And I think this is a really good point about ChatGPT prompts are so critical for kind of caressing at the right type of answer. And I think this is a really good point about ChatGPT prompts are so critical for kind of caressing at the right type of answer. It's also really rare that you'll ever ask a question once and I'll give you the perfect answer. We almost always need to prime it to get the optimal result. So now we've all got amazing emails that will convert. Now emails are just one thing. We can actually ask ChatGPT bearing its style and delivery of the content that we're asking for. We can also ask ChatGPT to summarize anything in the world. So let's ask it to summarize Barack Obama's top 5 accomplishments. So we can see now it's time to list our affordable care, Axe streamer package, foreign policy, climate change, you name it. So this is pretty cool, right? But what if it was just too much information? I just wanted the cliff notes. We can prompt ChatGPT to give us this information in any format we want. For example, bullet points. So please provide these and bullet point. We prompted ChatGPT to change its format, but let's just simplify this a little bit further. Let's ask it to keep one sentence per bullet point and make it for the reading age of a 10-year-old. And let's see what it says. And we can see by varying the format and the style of delivery, the response is completely different. You can imagine if you were a junior school teacher and you had a class and you were talking about presidents, this is literally perfect. It's bullet points and it's written in a language that they would actually understand. I mean, it even refers to criminals as bad guys. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So now we've covered the formatting and all the ChatGPT prompt hacks. Let's take a look at some of the applications that are built into some of the softwares that we use all the time, whether it's YouTube or Gmail. And there are so many applications here. Let's take a look at 2 of them in particular. Anybody that works knows for a fact the biggest band of our life can be emails sometimes. So there's actually a ChatGPT writer that you can integrate with Gmail. So what this basically does, it sits in your Gmail application. In this case, say what we have got is an email from an individual individual, which they've copied and pasted it. And then they've asked ChatGPT to generate response specific to what he wants. This individual said, make a reply, I'm interested, ask about the salary, etc. So this now does. If you get this big emails, ChatGPT can query and craft its own response. Then you can edit it and send it straight off. I mean, think about how much of a time saver that would be. Then another thing that you can do, and after this is the case that you're looking for a really specific answer online, but it's so difficult to find it. You'll get those YouTube videos that are 20 minutes long and you're just looking for a 10-second segment. So another application, another ChatGPT prompting service you can use is the Summarize. So this new plug-in called Classed. What it will basically do is summarize a YouTube video in a ChatGPT style response. So the truth of the matter is there are so many applications for ChatGPT, but the key is becoming a great prompt engineer, and as AI grows, that prompt engineering is only ever going to become more important. And as ChatGPT database skills its capabilities grow, the importance for us to be able to ask the right questions is only ever going to increase. Now we've covered the ChatGPT prompt. The next and think about is how you can use ChatGPT to make money, create a side hustle, or start a business. Well, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, welcome and subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell for more content like this. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the following video.